Hi everyone, it's the Music Reel, Michael, Mark and myself. We're talking about all things music business. Today, we're going to tackle the subject of the rider. The rider, the little document that tells people what it is that you need in order to be able to do an event, to do a live show. So these boys have to deal with riders every single day. Who wants to crack on about this one?
I will.
Go Michael, go Jeeves.
Right, okay. Let's just get this. This is quite a contentious little subject for me, and but while free stuff is awesome, not always necessary. So, firstly, you got to remember that you're getting paid to perform. Anything else you get on top of that is a bonus. So yes, there's sometimes look when you are at a wedding or a function or a tribute show, and you're getting there 5 hours early. It's generally a pretty standard practice that they'll give you a meal and they'll give you some drinks, which is all good. But all that stuff is prepared in advance. It's not just, oh crap, I got to the gig an hour early tonight. I'm really hungry. Hey, can I have a meal? I'm thirsty. Can I have a drink? All this stuff is organized months before you get there. And what you need to do when you send us your bio, when you send us your demo, send us a song list, all that sort of stuff, there should be a rider there as well. So if you are playing out of town or you're doing a function or you're doing a big corporate event and they ask for, okay, this is the agreement and we're going to feed the act, we're going to give them accommodation, we're going to give them all this sort of stuff, you've got to have those things set up and ready to go as well. So that way, all this stuff is on the agreement as well. When we send it to you, it states if you get free soft drink or if you get free beer or if you get accommodation because you're 5 hours drive from home. All that sort of stuff is set up, but it's important for us to have all those details to send on your behalf as well, so that you don't get to so there's no surprises, and then essentially you don't look like an ass when you get to. You can go, I get accommodation, I get free meals, because if the guy's in a bad mood and he's busy or something like that, they're going to go, this guy's an idiot, go home. We don't want that for anyone. We want it to be as hassle-free as possible and all easy, all done in advance for you, so you can just turn up there and everyone knows what's going on. So always know what's going on so you don't make yourself look like a scab.
Well, which is why, go Michael, which is why we've actually got rider templates on our website. So we've got airfare, excess baggage, accommodation, hospitality, backline, production, so that if we've got that on file, it means that, like Michael said, we send that out with the contract. It means everyone's on the same page. Everyone knows exactly what to expect at that event. So Mark, you're dealing with some out-of-town venues on a regular basis.
Indeed.
You want to talk about the kind of things you need on a rider and why you actually need that?
Riders can be a bit of a contentious sort of topic. Obviously on the local end of things, it's a little bit different, but it can also be a source of great frustration for myself and for venue managers when all of a sudden after a gig, a band or a tribute or whoever it happens to be in particular turns around and says, oh, and by the way, I need this list. I need this gigantic list of stuff to help me play. As Michael said, it's, getting free stuff on top of what you're already paid to do is literally a bonus. Expecting that you're going to get a set list on top of everything that you're doing, just not going to happen. But that said, it comes back to having all your ducks in a row. If we have the rider, if we have, as you said, the set list, if we have all these little things on hand for us to use at the time of actually booking the gig, the question marks aren't constantly floating around for the next month after we've booked the gig. It's here's the contract, here's the rider, here's the accommodation, everything's done. Everyone knows the finer details. They know where they need to be, what they're going to get out of the situation. And as Michael said, they're not going to look like a gigantic dick asking a general manager for 5 meals for myself and and the staff and whoever else they've got there at the particular time. So I don't know. To me, riders can be quite a funny thing, but very, very necessary if we want to do our job right in the grand scheme.
And I think it's important to really, I think, come from a place of gratitude, where you're working into someone's workplace and it's a business, and your job is to work as part of the event management plan. And they might not necessarily be able to afford to feed all of you or to give you all alcohol. Now, let's just say 99% of the venues that we work with are so incredibly generous. They're so generous, and they look after you guys all the time, and it's fantastic. What we're talking about today is let's just standardize your riders so that everyone's on the same page. Take the time to do it, to work out what you need. So say, for example, let's just go through accommodation, how many rooms you need, what are the names of the people in it, and like put that down on a piece of paper. The next one with the airfares, when you guys have got like a gig in Mount Isa or Townsville or Cairns, we've got to book it straight away, or you need to know the names of the people and what kind of excess baggage they need with their instruments. That takes a bit of time to work through, to have that ready to go. With your hospitality, if someone is actually offering you something, keep it really simple and basic, because like Michael said, they're not there to feed you. It's just an incredibly lovely thing that they're offering you. Of course, if it's, if you're there all day setting up, it is standard, but just don't go crazy and ask for 5-star, organic food. They're not necessarily going to be able to afford that. So it's just keeping a level head. Yeah, because what we're dealing with is business here. It's a business.
Yep.
It's not there for you to just, and we have had situations where venues have cancelled performances because someone has gone in there and demanded food or demanded alcohol. And we just want to, let's just take it back to business, as the boys are saying. Get your riders done, use a level head, and let's just build this business together, because that's what we're doing. It's us, it's you guys as the artists, and it's the venues, the promoters. We're trying to build a business to create events where people will go and celebrate, drink, eat, and have fun. That's why we're here. So let's get those riders happening. I'll put the link in this post so you can see where they're at. Oh, Mark's got something to say before I wind up.
I was going to add before we finish, if you want to see a fantastic example of a ridiculous rider, there is a DJ by the name of Steve Aoki. Have a look for his rider online and you will get possibly the best laugh of your life. I'm calling confetti cannons, inflatable boats, 6-pack of brand new underwear. Like, you want to see some ridiculous stuff, have a look at that one and you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Right. But let's just say he's got an incredibly well-known brand. He's got a high market value. So,
he can pull that.
That's part of the actual negotiating and the deal. So what we're talking about is like, and you should have a look just to see for shits and giggles what that looks like. But yeah, in the meantime, think about your riders, think about why we're actually doing them, and let's get back to business and get these events built again. Thanks, boys.
See you guys.